Hey everyone. Now I've been working on this spectrum analyzer on and off for the last couple of years. It's a 3D spec an that uses an RTL-SDR dongle or HackRF or even a microphone. Now it's not really ready for release, but I'm going to release it anyway because it's about as good as I can get it. So I'll show you what it does so far. Actually, I'll show you what I've got running here first before I go too far. It's probably guessed it's 2.4 gig, sweeping at about 80 sweeps a second. You can see channel 1, 6 and 11 there with some spikes. And I'll just run an iPerf test on the laptop. You can see that's on channel 1 there, and I've got the max hold. So that's what that was in case you're wondering. So I'll just stop that. You'll see it drops off. Okay, now this was made in Python, and to start I've got to set up the virtual environment. So Python 3-m vn tdnsa, call that whatever you want. It's just going to set up your thing there, so you can see it just made a directory called that, and it's got some stuff in there. So what I want to do is do source tdnsa-bin activate. So you see now it says tdnsa at the start. Now I've got to install some things for this to run, and I've got it all written in the readme, but this is it here. So pip install all of this, and off it goes. So you'll see I've got stuff here for the interface, some of the graphics, the 3D graphics, the RTL and the HackRF. Now you've got to have the HackRF and RTL installed in the system first anyway. Sound device, that's for the microphone, which uses port audio, FFT and VizPy for some of the graphics. So anyway, that's done. So now I can run it. I've got it in this directory here. Just run it as Python main. And there it is. Now, as I said in the past, I've got this set up to be like a real spectrum analyzer. So there's no drop-down menus anywhere. It's all point and click, and there's also shortcuts for all of this. So basically, you select your input, and eventually I'll have two, but there's only one. But at the moment, it's hard-coded to be HackRF sweep. I'll get to why. But anyway, so don't worry about that. But ultimately, it will have these 5 types of inputs. So what you want to do now is, I'll just start with the 2D one. I'll do start frequency, go 2.4 gig, stop frequency 2.5 gig, and that'll start it off. So you can see that's the 100 meg worth of 2.4 gig there. And of course you can do max hold. That's probably my mouse moving around, or Bluetooth in the monitor or something. And also I've got peak search. Now you can hold it with hold or spacebar, that sort of thing there. Zoom in and do stuff. So that's there. The 3D one used to work, but I broke it, so I've got to fix that. As you can see, it's a bit cream crackered, but same sort of concept. And the waterfall is here, even though down the bottom it doesn't yet have the frequency properly. It's just got the number of bins there, which is that. So if I open the laptop next to me, like I did before, once it gets on the network, I'll do an iPerf on it again. Okay, so I'm doing that now. There it is there. So you can see that's channel 1 anyway. And you can see it's got some sort of aliasing here. It doesn't look quite fantastic, but it is there. Now the surface plot hasn't been implemented yet, but I'll show you what it does. So back in public, these are the files that are there, but I've also got some stuff in examples. These are bits to be put in, but aren't quite in yet. So I will show you the what will I show you? The HackRF surface 2.4 gig. This took me a while to do, but I finally managed to get this 3D happening a way that I wanted, in a way that's fast enough. Actually, I should have left the laptop open. But that's the 2.4 gig again. And you know, there's nothing on there, but you'll see. I'll just do an iPerf test again. You can see it's smashing it there. And that's that. I'll just stop that. So that's the 3D surface for 2.4 gig. Now some other stuff I've got is for the audio. So I've got linear surface, linear. I'll start 4 of these up and then show you them. Okay, so what I've got here are some examples of what will be in the main program. This is from the microphone, obviously. And I've got linear over here in 2D and linear in 3D on the surface plot. And over here is logarithmic 2D and log on the surface. So you can see them there. And I've got another one here that takes stereo into account. So green is left and red is right. So if I play a bit of music, oh, this is only the microphone, but you get the idea. You'll see the left and right stuff. So that's my audio and what the 2D and 3D plots will look like. Okay, so they were in the examples directory, which is going to be on GitHub. So another one I've got is for the RTL. So I'll just show an example of RTL lines. Now this is one I had a couple of years ago, which, let me get my microphone here. It was there, but this isn't the 3D I was going for, because that's made up of lots of lines which kind of blend and look horrible. They all sort of mingle and that. So that's just a bit of a demo there. But what I've kind of got is RTL surface. So this is just on like a radio station. As you can see here, got a bit of speed about it with the surface plot now, which is what I wanted. And I've got some annotation. So all the peak markers and all that'll be on here. I've just got to integrate that to the main interface. But I was pretty happy when I got this going. This was the bit that had me stuck for the longest time, but I used VisPy and that got that sorted out. So that's that. Okay, now back on this. I've got the frequency span and amplitude buttons here, but I can press F, S and A on the keyboard as well. Input will be the I key. You got max hold, or X for max hold, P for peak search, hold. So I've got the shortcuts listed there as well. So anyway, if you go to, I'll do it with the mouse. So you can see frequency, start frequency, I'll use, I don't know, 80 meg. And stop frequency of, let's say, 240 meg. Right? I'll make this automatic when I get done. So you can see here, it goes from 80 to, whatever I said, 240. So you can see these are the FM stations here, and this is the, what do you call it? The digital radio stations here. So that's, the bin size will be along here. It's not fantastic yet, but it will be there. So basically, down the bottom here, let's put that back to sort of everything. You've got your start frequency, stop frequency, and center frequency. So you can theoretically change the frequency by any method. So you can change your center, change your span. You do that with span. The problem is when you change these, this is failing. So what I've got to do is put a flag in here so that when this is changed, it says, okay, it has to recalculate the bins, because that's what's killing me on that. But anyway, you get the idea. So peak search and all that. And I've also got to do the max hold peak search in yellow just above it. That's what the space is for above this. But you get the idea. So with Waterfall, you can see the same sort of thing here. There's the stations down there, and here's the digital radio. And of course, you can set your, dynamic range here. And the other thing I've got here, so when you press Waterfall, oh, I just fucked that up, didn't I? You get the idea. That's something I've got to fix up as well then. When you press this type of display, which is Waterfall in this case, it comes up with things relevant to it. So this will have color, and I'll have a few selections of colors here for the display here. So if I go back to 2D, see, it's a mess. And surface is what I just showed you before, but I haven't implemented that yet. That's on my very high up to-do list. The 3D one is knackered, as I said. That does go a lot faster. You saw my other 3D one. I've just got to fix that up. And that's sort of it for now, but that in itself will get me out of trouble. Now it's on GitHub in CWE 88, Top Dog Spectrum Analyzer. So that's there if you want to grab the code and look into it and help out. So I've got the README here on how to install stuff and the shortcuts that didn't really show, but they're all here in the files anyway. So have a look at that and see what you think. Now if I start that again, and this time do the frequency, start frequency 5 gig, stop 6 gig, you'll see it's a bit slower because it's doing the a gig's worth of data. I will have the sweeps per second there, but it's not there at the moment. But what you can do, actually I'll get something more interesting. Actually I realized I switched to my roof antenna, and that's why I didn't pick up much. So I'll go back to something that I'll know will be in the air. So let's go 80 meg to 120 meg. Yeah, that'll do. So just see some radio stations there for the hell of it. What I can do is press Alt Enter and make that full screen, kind of. There's still some crap around the edge. Oh, what's this business? Well, that is up here. Oh, weird. Anyway, but the problem is I can't put it back into where it goes, so I can't Alt Enter back in there. So that's also on the list. But if you're using it for something particular that you just want to look at, once you've set it up, you should be able to do this. And similar how you've got an option here to export on the other screen, export the image. I do plan to have that as a quick button over here as well. So having a quick look at the code, you can see in main, I've got the HackRF somewhere in there. I've got the HackRF set permanently, and I haven't quite made the widget for the surface plot, but that'll get there. So that's kind of all here. There is a subdirectory for data sources. piss off. There is a subdirectory for data sources that does work. I've just unintegrated that because I needed the HackRF sweep to work more than anything. But the code is kind of there and it does work. So it's just a matter of putting this together, which is my big main task. And if anyone wants to help with that, feel free to get in touch because I could certainly do with some help. The signal processing stuff's in here, so I'm going to add more stuff to it, but for now I just want the basics up. Okay, so I'll go to the aircraft band here, stop at 135, just do that sort of thing. Put a max hold and just put the waterfall on there. This is an easy way to see when the aircraft are transmitting. Now, one of the things I'm going to have at some point is a mode button. So different sort of things, because it's not just for Wi-Fi, even though some people think it is. It goes for whatever a HackRF can do. So as I said, this is aircraft band here. You can see stuff transmitting here. But if we press the mode button, I'll have a Wi-Fi mode, and then I can select which ones, and it'll adjust some parameters for that mode. So that's what I plan on doing there. So that's it. And these are the function keys, these things here, so I can press F1 for that. We should do that. Same sort of thing. So anyway, there it is. Right, so there it is. It's a bit knackered, but that's as far as I've got. And I had some help, but I need more help. So if you can do this sort of thing, get in touch and I'll go through the fine details of what really needs doing. But as I said, there's keyboard shortcuts for everything. So you've got max hold, peak search, stuff like that. Frequency, boom. You get the idea. So that's all for now. I wish it was better, but it's not, but I'm working on it. And I thought, well, I'll show you what I've got so far anyway, because it might get you out of trouble if you need a spectrum analyzer to look at something like I did. Anyway, that's it for now. Till next time, take it easy.